Well, hello there. Good night to you all. So I now came with the review for Hataraku Maou Sama episode 9. So this episode kinda picks up when the last one ended with Rika, the co-worker of Emi, uh, bringing Emi and Suzuno and to the McDonald's, and she still want to know or get acquainted with Mao. Um, And then when they came to the place where the McDonald's is, she kind of decides to go to the Kentucky Fried Chicken before they go to the McDonald's and meet Mao. So Amy continues to tries to explain to Rika that no, she does not have any relation or any special relation with Mao, but Rika kinda does not let her talk. Then Amy kinda becomes bashing Mao, and then Alciel pops up, and because Alciel was kinda sent on an undercover mission by Mao to spy on how Kentucky Fried Chicken acts and what products they serve and why Kentucky Fried Chicken has a lot of clients and why they are getting all the clients and McDonald's is empty. So he kinda he also does not support the bashing that Amy is doing to Mao character and kinda steps in. And then he begins defending Mao and so on, and then the co-worker of Amy kinda asks who he is, and he says he's Asha, and he's living with Mao. And then she asks him if since he lives with Mao, what he knew about Mao and what is the relation of Mao and Amy. And then Aisha, first he does not want to tell, uh, but then Amy kind of offers himself to pay him dinner and so on because she kind of understands that he is in an undercover mission by Mao. And then he sits on their table, and then he kind of tells fairy tale history about Mao's past and his own past and Amy past and so on. And apparently the co-worker of Amy, Rika, kind of believes that story. And then there is a situation that kind of appears that she is or she becomes interested in Alcial in a way. So that's a very uh, it's funny. It's a funny situation. Then they finally decided to go to the McDonald's, and Alcio also goes. And then before they go, Alcio kind of decides to use the special coupon that the girls have when they enter in the Kentucky Fried Chicken, a special offer and so on. And he kind of asks Amy to pick that up on the bal- on the balcony of and then they go to McDonald's, and Alcio kind of explains Mao what is going on, what are the products of the Kentucky Fried Chicken, and so on and so forth. And then he kind of decides to take McDonald's home to feed Lucifer. um, and then he goes. And then Mao kinda goes to the table where the girls sit. We have Emi, Suzuno, and Rika, and then Rika is kind of confronting Mao why he's special because Amy is surrounded by special people, talented people, and so on, but she cannot see the special talent of Mao, and she kind of teases him and so on, and he kind of then he begins his great strategy to recover his customers. So he first try flyers. He does not that serves no purpose. Then he kind of tries offer a special burger and so on, and that also fails. And then Rika is kind of thinking, this, what the hell is this guy? What has this guy so special and so on? And then we see a old man coming, and Mao talks to him pretty well and so on. And we also have Chio throughout the lot. And and she has several funny interactions with Rika and with other customers outside later on. Well, this episode was kinda, in a way, a Shio episode. She was kinda more a central character in this episode, with a lot of funny moments and comedy parts and so on. Um, then she kinda explains how Mao met that old man, that he is doing voluntary cleaning job on the neighborhood and so on, and kinda he asks the manager to bring a bamboo tree because at that time there are a festival a festival in the town, and this kind of festival that you put a lot of decorations on the front door and so on. And the strategy of Mao is kind of put a great bamboo tree at the door of the McDonald's and then kind of hang out um, the wishes of the people that comes to McDonald's, and he kind of also decides to offer a beverage at the same time and so on, and kind of this that strategy kind of works because quickly McDonald's kind of is filled with customers, and then we see Mao interacting with the others and he commanding all the McDonald's team and so on, and then we have a situation where we see Suzuno kind of looking a lot to Mao, and when he is kind of commanding the people and making his own strategy and so on, the eye expression of Suzuno kind of changes and kind of become more harsh. I don't know if she kind of sees the fact that Mao is kind of making a plan in the human world and taking command of a group of people and so on. I don't know if she's seeing that kind of a menace or a future menace that he could bring, something like that or along that lines. And basically, this episode was the fight of Mao to get customers back to the McDonald's. We have a couple of chill moments and funny moments and comedy moments. We have some also comedy moments between the interaction between Al, Shell, and Amy, Rika, and even we have some kind of a funny situation between the interaction between Rika and Mao. However, the episode was funny with with a lot of comedy parts, but in terms of the overall history, I kind of feel, except that part, that final part, with the eyes of Suzuno kind of become more talk and kind of become more harsh and something like that. The pacing of the episode, well, the pacing of the episode in general was a good one, with comedy parts, with comedy moments, and interaction between characters and so on. But on the overall history, I did not see any great progress on the overall history. So I kinda, from the last few episodes, this series kinda has become a lot more slow paced, in my opinion. Even Lucifer kind of disappeared from the series in a way, because in this episode we only see Lucifer appearing one or two or three small cameos during the episode. So I kind of feel that the story is kind of at this moment kind of slow down quite a while. It continues to be funny and with comedy during all the episode. It got a little more serious near the end of the episode with the expression of Suzuno looking at Mao commanding the crew of McDonald's, but usually nothing more really happens. So I hope that they kind of regain the pace and the development of the story on the next episode, or I don't know how many episodes this series has. I think this series will have 12 or 13 episodes. So this was episode 9. So if this is 12, 13 episodes, we have 3 or 4 more episodes until the end of the series. So I'm kinda hoping that the series kinda gains some pacing in these last episodes, and kinda have some development either in the overall history, either with one or two or three characters, something like that. I'm hoping that, because this series was quite good. It was at the start, the overall history, the background history. It was quite interesting, and for me, it was quite interesting, and I created high expectations for this series. I'm not disappointed, but I'm kind let's say sad in a way, because the pacing of the series has become rather slow on the last episodes, and I do hope that in the last episodes the series kinda regains its own pacing, and we have some story progression, um, some either good wrapped up for the series if the series will not have a second season, or if this series they will intend to make a second season. In the list in these episodes they kind of could bring some of the epicnesses that the first episodes have. Well, that's just my hoping and my wish for the last episodes of the series. So this is my review for Hataraku Maou Sama episode 9. If you have your own ideas, if you want or if you feel that the pacing is also slow, or if you are you hoping that will happen on the next episodes, do you think the series will regain its epicness and its pacing that we have seen on the first episodes? So if you have any ideas, thoughts, please share it on the comments below. So stay well, peace, see you soon.